something dawned on me.
Welcome to Mobile Legends!
For a majority of FNATIC ONIC, this is their first best of 7 in their career. Oh yeah, consider that. And that loss in Game 3, which looked like a win in, you know, a portion of it, suddenly they have to deal with that reset.
I feel like that was, I don't know, in a way, like, it's a good check for them, like a reality check throughout this series in the best of 7, because, like you mentioned, this is also a mental test, you know, for the lineup. I mean, on both sides, too. I know there's obviously some experience over here for RORA individually, but essentially that's what a best of 7 is. I mean, we saw a glimpse of this yesterday in our first best of 7 for the lower finals.
That's right.
And you can really see how things adjust where you're in that first half of the series, and now, you know, as you start to get towards these later games, you're going to see that adjust. But I love what Renmar has pointed out about that matchup alone between the Phobius and the Arlot.
That's right. We'll see it now. For a couple of times this playoffs, it was alluded to, but eventually it would have switched out. But here, for sure, it's Edward versus Kirk.
They're going to go for this again. Revitalize might not be enough.
No.
And renejay will go down in that first blood, going in the hands already here for brusko.
A Hylos may be stout. A Hylos may be durable, but not against 3. Not early in the game, not under 2 minutes. And that should open up this turtle for FNATIC ONIC, putting them about a 500, 600 gold here before the turtle spawns. But you also got to consider, this is Asuyo. So again, the whole Sever plus Retribution combo,
yeah,
you got to consider that.
Yeah, it's deadly. You know what? And I'm just going to throw this out there, too. They want to play in the fact that they just want to go in mid. Actually, Infernal Pursuit going to be dropped down. Queller fired off as well, but renejay falls for the second time at the 2-minute mark here. Now, this is the clear sign for FNOP to take this turtle here, unless Edward tries to do something. He's going to take a couple shots once again. Kirk dunking on him, but ultimately securing this first turtle of the game.
Amazing how this 4-man rotation from FNATIC ONIC Philippines are able to just control this northern half of the map, the upper quarter. And that will allow for them to, I don't know, orange ube their way into an early game advantage. Because now look, they're sending all their dudes down to the bottom. It's Domeng's turn for a little bit of attention. Let's talk about that matchup right now. Domeng versus Kelra, the Moscow versus the Harith. This is a matchup that was actually switcheroo, right?
Yeah.
It was the Harith on Domeng more often, and then Kelra rocking
that Moscow.
That's got to be trippy. That's got to be a tempo swing for sure for FNATIC ONIC.
Yeah, and I think it's funny how this series alone, it's been, oh, hold on, Kirk jumping in once again, Infernal Pursuit, but yeah, so going back to it, I think, you know, the gold laners themselves, man, here, Leo, have been really, in a way, like low-key, where they've dealt with a lot of pressure because of the way the junglers on both teams play, but then they also shine when they're supposed to, which is that mid to late game when we've seen these games get to that point. And I would honestly say that Domeng and Kelra both have had great games when they finally get there. I mean, think about, hold on again, where's Pathway? This is just going to cut him off.
It's an ult for an ult.
Think about what Domeng did last game, how he adjusted after getting constantly killed from King Kong solo.
On that same hero.
Yeah.
On that Moscow. And he's taking that same momentum, that same experience and wisdom from that tempo break against FNATIC ONIC, from that first game they scored in the series. And they should be off to a good start, but so far, FNATIC ONIC are choking down on every single lane they have their eyes on. Again, for the first 2 minutes, it was top. Now it's down bottom, and renejay is forced to play babysitter.
Yeah, you kind of have to at this point. Just with the way that FNOP's moving around the map, you don't want, again, the same course of action for Domeng in the early game. You want to have him have a better time, I would say, farming up, getting to where he needs to be. Second turtle is up here, though. They'll go ahead and start this one up.
FNATIC scored the last one. renejay dropping the Glorious Pathway into the back.
Already dropped down, still going for it. Spear Destruction gonna land renejay there amidst it all. Still, the turtle, though, goes in the hands of King Kong. renejay falls again, and now looking for more here in the mid lane. UA will slide on through and get out. Good push, though, up top from Domeng to get some extra gold.
All of the energy shields are popped and just in time, too. That's going to allow Aurora to keep that gold lead down despite losing out on both turtles. Edward!
Whoa,
no!
that is a whole lot of damage. Good thing he had to burn the flicker. I mean, one hit, he would have been gone.
Mr. Consistent, ever vigilant, keeping himself alive but barely. That does allow for Domeng to push in. I think that's why Edward was just really throwing himself and just saying, no, look at me,
I'm
psych.
here. It's all part of the plan.
Psych, my boys pushed up top. So that is the first turret casualty for Aurora, which should open up the map, giving Domeng the green light to switch up down bottom, but too little too late. Already traded for by FNATIC ONIC. Up
Here's
top,
the
though.
answer, though. They're going to put some pressure. Renejay, Glorious Pathway drop down again, but they want King Kong this time. And UA will be the one to get that. Demokite wants to get that orange buff. Doesn't get it. Kelra will clean it up. Kirk, super frince now on the counter play. There's the jump in from brusko as well. Looking for more. Edward, the first to fall. UA going to be the next target. Has to flicker out. And it's FNOP looking to fight back, punch back on this side of the map. UA dropping down the RWM. Gets taken down under the turret with Kirk. An infernal pursuit between Tier 1 and Tier 2.
And this hole started in the Tier 2 up top for FNATIC ONIC, and they ran down Aurora. By hook or by crook, they were going to get something out of that exchange, and it eventually converted into a turret down mid. Final turtle spawning.
Uh-oh.
Lower quarter, Domeng's in trouble.
Domeng, how are you going to get out of
No.
this? Kelra firing off. Brusko, oh, he goes over! Great use of the flicker to dodge the unbreakable taunt.
And the dash. He layered both. Amazing work by
distance.
the next standard. He straight up changed the zip code. Hand this man a new passport. Oh, SOD.
No, he doesn't take that.
Not gonna happen.
Would have been amazing if somehow that spear also got the turtle. Talk about a moment.
Was along the way. But Kesara, Aurora happy with the exchange, happy with keeping Domeng alive and keeping this gold lead to a manageable 2,000, 3,000 AOG.
Gonna jump in once again. Renejay, the target, using the revitalized. The glorious pathway won't be enough. Man, Renejay's having a hard time on this Hylos pick. He's just, I mean, most of the glorious pathways have been all defensive.
That is an understatement. His Hylos suffered a first blood death. He's been putting up glorious pathways to eventually just still die anyways.
It's not very glorious.
It's not very glorious, and in front of his dad too. Mr. Bacarse is here supporting his son, and I'm pretty sure he understands that his son is doing his best, but Renejay, he said in an interview, I'm going to give it my all. In that grand finals tomorrow, I'm going to give it my all. And if by giving his all, he has to die along the way, then so be it. I'd rather see Renejay at 0-4 than Domeng at 0-4 too.
Funnel slash going to be used. Demokite there to try to help them out, turn this tide around. UA still holding on to the RWM, and it looks like they'll just back off. Not a fight that they want to take here. They know they're outgunned from FNATIC ONIC Philippines.
That's what that 4,000 gold lead gets you. And now Kelra's having his way with these turrets. Top lane Tier 2 down. And that's the long lane completely managed by FNATIC ONIC. Bore down on. Look at this gold lead on the XP lane. Kirk up by about 1,500. That's huge.
It's a massive game.
How many stacks on that Thunderbelt?
Does this not pay true to the stat that Redmar's talking about?
You just can't win.
The R-Lot is winless against the Phoveus. The stats don't lie, and now the gold lead is showing just how much use and value a Phoveus can bring to this game, especially with a lead like that.
Almost half of the gold lead is on Kirk alone. And he's a frontliner. He's a peeler for FNATIC ONIC Philippines, and that's going to allow them to bully Renejay out of position. Demonkite struggling to score anything major here in this 10-minute game. Lord spawning here, lower quarter, it's a shuffle.
Shuffle once again. Still going to keep it together here. Super Frince looking for his positioning. Demokite just firing off the Queller, waiting for his moment. Spirit Destruction is going to come in. There's the glorious pathway on the aggression. Kelra goes in. They're caught in a bad position as Domeng goes down. Once again, Kirk dunking on him. Renejay falls. Edward on the run. And with 2 members down of RORA, this is a clear sign for the Lord.
It's a 3-for-4, and they're not taking that exchange. 3 members for Aurora, 4 for ONIC, just the sheer numbers don't add up. And that's what's going to allow FNATIC ONIC to take this clean. And look at demonkite. Just taking what he can on the map, trading up for that orange. King Kong, a step ahead, does the same.
I'm wondering, Leo, if maybe with this game, maybe the way that we saw King Kong do this back in Game 2, maybe demonkite can play the map. Maybe work enough around the map to try to keep them in the game here for RORA. But I think part of that is, again, do you let Domeng push those side lanes? Do you let demonkite do it?
Here's the thing. You want both of them to get some level of farm. You want both of them to somehow affect the map. But you can't do 4 in 1. So you have a paradox. You have a little pickle, if you will.
Yeah.
So I would suggest you keep Domeng with the group. Let King Kong go hunt for demonkite, much like this, because demonkite can actually
go
duo.
1-on-1?
Yeah.
Well, they're going to
no,
duo here.
Like
no, that's too much! I guess DK can't go 1v1.
I mean, he thought, and he learned the hard way, stepped into the lair of the beast, and found himself belly up.
Oh, this is trouble, because right now the focus here, the base of RORA, without demonkite, they'll clear out the Lord. The jump's coming through from brusko. The setup from Super Frince with the RWM and the response from UA as well. Brusko finally going down. That might be what they look for again. King Kong taking a couple shots, working on that tier 2 in the mid. Right now, that's all they get. Looking to pop the holy shields. They do on the top and the mid. Lurking on this bottom side. FNOC, though, getting what they can off that first Lord.
This gold lead is going to get out of hand. No more outer turrets for Aurora. So from about 5,000 expected in the next minute to go up to 6. Next Lord spawning here, lower quarter, same spot. 70 seconds. Okay, change of plans. Maybe it's got to be Domeng. Maybe you let demonkite kind of roam around with the group and then have Domeng not exactly cross the river and just farm up.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, wow, renejay's been a punching bag. You know, this is another way to say the hitman right here. He's taking the damage.
He's getting hit, man.
He's getting hit.
It's what he needs to do. And the fact that he's stopped at 0 and 5 means he's kind of put it under control. I mean, at the cost of their turrets.
Yeah.
But as the minutes pass by, all the more the reality of a comeback can happen. Yue, demonkite holding this bush, spotted by brusko.
Brusko taking a couple shots from that Soul Sever too, and you know, they're doing what you just mentioned. You know, let Domeng push some of those side lanes if he can, but still he has to take a foot of caution when he does it because of the fact that there's the initiation even from brusko to cut him off.
That's right, and there's an AOG. So FNATIC ONIC, they're like an octopus right now, you know?
Right.
Like, you know that an octopus is distracted because it's playing with this little Rubik's Cube over here.
So we evolved from Sonics. Oh, hold on. Kirk still going to be going. Kirk in trouble. They're clapping down brusko, front of it all. Renejay cutting him off with the glorious pathway. And that's a defensive jump with the Avatar of the Guardian. Keeping them together. They're going to reset.
Could it be?
Lord still worked on here. Is this a moment for RORA to secure an objective?
Oh, no more key ults for Aurora. And
Renejay
is very low.
Renejay in trouble. He was actually committing to it, and they're going to fight it out. Kelra wants to go. He's working on Edward. He'll get a double kill.
Yue.
And that was all, once again, started from RORA when maybe they didn't have to do that, because now the Lord goes in the hands of FNATIC ONIC.
They had no ults. FNATIC ONIC technically were just down on TKOs, but they were chunky enough to force fights. And the fact that Kelra never left the scene, that changes the landscape, the face of this fight, and now FNATIC ONIC inside the base.
They're already inside the base. A jump through Yue, trying to buy some time, keep the turret alive. Yue goes down, they hold on to that base turret. They still have to worry about this Lord push though. So maybe that bought them a few minutes here, or a minute at best, but they're gonna have to get ready. They're gonna have to buckle in for this massive push from FNOC with a massive lead on top of it.
They gotta hunker down. And I got some bad news for all the Auroras watching all around the world. Aurora has a less than ideal clearing lineup. Their wave clear is on the lower scale. They only have Yue. Yue is the only one who can really clear these waves quick. Maybe demonkite if you consider it, but all of them have to kind of punch these waves manually,
Yeah.
the old-fashioned way.
And they might even have to use like a final slash in a certain situation to help clear them or manage them the way they want
That too.
against this Lord push.
That too. Very important. So you got to consider, do I use the ult for the fight to deter a push, or do I use it against the wave? Lord knocking on top lane. In comes Brusko.
Jump in from Brusko into the final slash. Double reward. Minute Blazers drop down, and Edward already gone out of the picture. Renejay going to be next. Kelra gets a double again. Looking for the triple on UA. Goes in. Kirk cleans it up. Triple for Kelra, and Domeng tries his best, but it's not going to be enough. As he goes down, it's the wipeout. FNATIC ONIC Philippines clears up, cleans up the game, and gets to match point.